Guys, welcome to DJ Outdoors, and today I'm going to be butchering my chickens. I got 3 left out of the 5. One had, I think, Merrick's disease, and I have a little bit of a video of that. And then I just found another one today, and I'm thinking that they laid on top of each other and just suffocated each other because it was perfectly fine. But so I'm just going to go ahead and butcher them. They're big enough. I was hopefully going to wait a little bit longer, but I don't want any more to die and getting wasted. So let's get on with the video and click off if you do not want to see this. All right, so I got this chicken back in their old cage, and it's laying down like that, and it hasn't been moving. Yesterday it was kind of iffy with what it was doing, and so I put it in here today, put a water bowl right by it and food right by it. And for what I looked up, they have Markin's disease, I think is what it's called. And it's where they can't really stand up and they try to get water and stuff. They're just dehydrated. But as you can see, she's eating and she's drinking. But I quarantined her. I'm gonna try to get better bedding for her. I just put her in here. Got food down, water down. But I'm gonna keep her in here overnight and hopefully she gets better. Keep water and food right by her. And if she don't get better, then it happens. But doing everything I can to help her out. But let's go get some bedding. I'm gonna put it in here. Probably won't show that because it's just laying down some bedding. But yeah, I wanted to update you guys on this chicken. And I'm gonna keep this video and put it with my others. And by the time it goes out, we'll know whether she made it or not. Hope she does. If she starts getting worse, then I'll just have to take her out of her misery. But she's looking pretty like she still wants to be here, so I'm gonna leave her be. All right, so I have the first chicken right here. As you can see, she's kind of crazy, but I'm gonna put the phone down later to redo it. But I'm gonna show you my setup real quick. It's a funnel on a tree, simple. You just turn them upside down and have their head outside, and then we will proceed to slice their neck open and let the blood drain out. But they are completely asleep, and they do not feel like it's the most humane way to do it. So I will not show me actually in the process of doing that because it's a little more gory than shooting a pig. So let's get to it. So before you even start, you want to have a pot of boiling water. This should be enough water. I didn't have big enough container. I wasn't expecting to do this today, otherwise I would have had a bigger one. But then you have chopping block, needs to be cleaned off. But have your nice hot water. Chicken's cleaned off as best as I could with the hose. And you just drip it in there. And it's actually perfect for this size of chicken. Just let it sit. And this is perfect to get the feathers off. And pull it up. And I'm gonna dunk it one more time. And then pull it back up. And then now the feathers will come off really easy. I don't want to do it on my chopping block. I'm just gonna come over here, but so now they just pull out like that. Just let me zoom out. They just pull out really easy. So I'm gonna do this. It's hard with one hand, but pluck these feathers out. So here we have the chicken after I plucked as much feathers off as I could, but there's still some on the chest. But I just did as best as I could before it gets too bad out. It's supposed to snow, so weird. That's how Missouri is for you. But I'm gonna hurry up and butcher, take out the breast, off the wings, the legs and the thighs, and separate them all and show you how I do it. So I'm gonna get to it. So I have the first wing off, and what there's a joint right here, and you'll cut in right here where this line is. There's perfect lines on chickens. You can see everything. You can cut it, but be careful not to cut the breast. I did a little bit on this one. I cut into it, but that's all right. Not too bad. But I got the whole wing here. Some people usually cut off the tips, and I'll probably will too. I'll probably just keep it down to there. Have me a nice wing. But I'm gonna take the other wing off and then cut off the thigh with the leg. Okay, so now I have a thigh attached to a leg attached to a foot. So I'm gonna take off right here. There's a joint. You just cut right through it all. Takes it off, and then there's a line right here. You can see the drumstick line, and you'll cut that right off. And then you'll have a thigh, a leg, and then your wings. So how I did that, cutting it off, is see how there's a lot of skin that's off here? Well, here's the intestines and everything else. You don't have to gut them to get all the meat off. But you don't want to cut too far back because there is an oil sac back here and you don't want that. So I just shortened up my thighs a little bit more, but that's okay because I don't want a chance of getting that. But you just cut right along this line all the way down, and then you'll see a joint where it connects in right here, and then you'll just cut right through it, and then it will come off, and then you'll have your thigh and your leg. But be careful not to pull the skin off because it does come off like this, but you just peel it right back up. I know it seems gross and weird if you're not used to it, but you just pull it back over it and make sure to get all the feathers out before you fry it up. But now I have a thigh, a leg, and two wings, and then his foot right here. I had to figure this would be a better example to help you out. So see, I cut right along. You can't really tell it's a chicken anymore, but here's how it'd be laying: wing, head, and then its feet, you know. So you cut right along that joint that was there. Then you'll meet the joint, and you should be able to cut it right in half. And then it'll be hanging, and you just continue through. Another joint of the leg where you cut, it's right there. You'll be able to see it plain as day. So you can cut right through it. All right, so I have the chicken here, and as you can see, a lot of the skin's coming off the breast, and that's okay because I prefer it to be off anyway, because I'll slice them up and make chicken nuggets or stuff out of them. But I'm gonna cut right across this breast line and then cut all the way down it, and there's a breastplate, and I'll be able to pull it out. So I'll cut this one, and then I'll show you the breast, and then I'll cut halfway on this one and show you the rest of it. Okay, so I cut it off the breastplate, and I'm continuing through just like you would a deer or a pig. Just follow that bone all the way up. And then there's also, like on the chicken, I talked about the lines. There's a line to show you. It's right there. So you should always know where to cut. There's lines everywhere. All right, can't get no fresher than this. Got 2 breasts, 2 legs, 2 thighs, 2 wings. And then this, and then that. And that's waste. I mean, sometimes people would eat. Yeah, I wouldn't even think about it, but good for you if you can. But I'm good on it. And I cut this open so you could see if you wanted to. I'm not gonna squeeze any out on my board, but this is the food that they were eating. That's what it looks like when it's inside of there. Nasty. All right, so that's how you butcher a chicken. Sorry I wasn't able to film it as good, but you get the concept. It's pretty easy. I mean, follow the lines and you should do all right. Thank you, and until next time, just like and subscribe. Keep watching. All right, the reason why I said keep watching is because only the real deal people are gonna know. Man, you're wasting something. That's right. We're gonna get the livers out. Chicken liver, perfect for catfishing. So, got a different knife. Just gonna open it up and cut out the livers. So here we go. Got them out along with the heart. Good catfish bait.